Then we found out through experience that that time limit was about 6 to 8 hours. As long as they got in between 3 hours and 8 hours after the injury, you could really accelerate the healing. In the US, I did this with a football player in 2004. He was injured. He fractured his fibula. He tore the membrane that holds the fibula and the tibia together. He avulsed the ligaments that hold the ankle onto your leg. It was ugly. It was 18 to 24 weeks before he would be able to walk, much less run. And they called me Monday. He was injured on Sunday. They called me Monday morning and said he wants to play in the Super Bowl in 6 weeks. Can it be done? And it's like, gulp. Yes, we can do this. But I have to be there when he gets out of surgery because of the 4-hour window. So I flew that night to Philadelphia. He's on the other side of the country. Arrived. He gets out of the operating room, recovery room. They wheel him out to the limo, and in the car, I hooked the machine up and started treating him to stop the bleeding and turn off the inflammation. Treated him an hour drive to the house, and I treated him for 24 hours straight with no interruption, except when he went to the bathroom. When we slept, he slept laying down on the couch. I slept sitting up and woke up, changed the frequencies, went back to sleep, changed the frequencies, went back to sleep. Did that for 24 hours. When the team trainer came in the morning, he said, well, all right, let's see it. So we undid the boot. We cut open the bandage. And nobody could believe what they saw. In a surgery like that, the ankle should have been this big. It should have been the size of a football. Yeah? It should have been this big. It should have been black, and the color of my shirt. There was zero swelling, zero swelling, zero bruising. In 4 weeks, the fracture had healed. This open spiral fracture was healed. In 4 weeks, the ligaments were stable on x-ray, on fluoroscopy. And in 6 weeks, he played, well, 5.5 weeks, we took apart the scar tissue. So we healed him so fast, there was scar tissue, but the frequencies that dissolve scar tissue are the second precaution. You can't run those frequencies until the injury is 5.5 weeks old. So we treated, when he got to Florida for the Super Bowl, he couldn't run because of the scar tissue. Wednesday, 4 hours. We melted the scar tissue in his leg. This between the nerve and the fascia and the bone, there's a frequency for the periosteum. When you have scar tissue between the nerve and the fascia and the periosteum, the muscles won't work. So we took that apart for 4 hours. The next day we did 2 hours. And on Friday he ran like he'd never been hurt. And on Sunday he made touchdowns. They lost the game, but that was because their quarterback does not like getting knocked down. So not his fault, but he played like he'd never been hurt. So that is the 4-hour window. Then 5 years later, we found out what happened. In 2010 or 12, Diana Cross found this. There are early genes in injury that turn on immediately and within the first 4 hours and are off. They're off at 6 hours. That's why the window is 4 to 6 hours. Whatever we're doing to stop bleeding and reduce inflammation changes these genes. It keeps them from turning on. And because you increase energy production and because you reduce inflammation, you skip that whole first 2 or 3 week process because you change the genes. And you accelerate healing beyond anything that is comprehensible.